I mean, today is just 2 or 3. So, sure, Pal. Yeah. So, what did we discuss yesterday? What did we discuss yesterday? Okay. So, are you ready for the shootout? Okay. So, let me share my screen first. Online chitties, can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well? Fantastic. Okay. So, let's jump on. Let's have a quick shootout. Yesterday, where is Prasad? Prasad. You are Prasad, no? Okay. So yesterday, Prasad, what he did was he opened the laptop and he opened the browser. Correct? So browser required 2 things. What are those? Host name and then IP address. Online people, please put in the chat. So host name and then IP address. We are providing host name called google.com. Yes or no? We are providing google.com. And browser also need IP address. Correct? Is it possible for us to remember and provide IP address to browser? Not possible. So who is the guy in the network who will remember the IP address? DNS. What is the full form of DNS? Domain name server. Fantastic. What is the definition of DNS? It keeps track of all host names and then IP address. Okay. And in other words, it also convert IP address to host name to IP address. Fantastic. Okay. And then, okay. So if that first the request will go and talk to whom first? Local DNS. Which one? Local DNS. From the local DNS, the request will go to root name server. Which one? Root name server. And by the way, local DNS meaning what is that path? /etc/host file. From local DNS, it will go to the root name server, and root name server will identify whether it is going to .com or .org or .edu and all. Then from root name server, the request will go to top level domain. So what is the top level domain that we are expecting? .com. So if you go to .com is a very big top level domain. Inside that we have millions of websites, correct? We have millions of websites. In that millions of websites, we also have google.com. So how does your request will identify in the .com where is your domain? So who is the guy who will be raising the hand and calling? Name server. Fantastic. Name server is the guy which identifies the domain. And from the name server, the request will go to SOA. What is the full form of SOA? Start of authority. What is that, Nana? Start of authority. Who has the IP address? SOA has the IP address. And the IP address will come all the way to the browser. From the browser, the request will go to firewall. So what is firewall? Which stops unauthorized access to the network. Fantastic. So firewall, can we create rules in the firewall? Excuse me. Firewall will allow or deny. The concept of firewall is always allow or deny. Okay. So the request is going to the firewall in the form of data packets. Very good. In the form of data packets. So in the form of data packets. And when the data packet is going to the firewall will stop. Firewall will stop and says, hey, Babu, open your packet. And in the firewall, I have allowed HTTP. Yes, I have not allowed HTTP. So if it is coming through HTTP, the request will be going through the firewall? No. If it is HTTPS, then it will allow into the firewall. So once the firewalls allow, the request will go to where? Load balancer. The request will go to where? Load balancer. So what is load balancer? Which distribute the traffic to the multiple servers. Fantastic. And the load balancer uses what method? Round robin method. Very good. What method? Round robin method. Okay. And from the load balancer, the request will go to web server. From the web server to application server to database server, and database back to application server back to web server, back to load balancer back to firewall, back to browser. And yesterday, we sang one song, right? Huh? Should we sing that song again? HTTP 80, HTTPS 443, SSH 22, RDP 3389. Now, question for you here is, what is the protocol which is used to connect to the website securely? HTTPS. What is the protocol to connect to the website not securely? HTTP. What is the protocol to connect to the Linux machines? SSH, port number 22. What is the protocol connect to the Windows machines? RDP, port number 3389. What is the port number of HTTP? 80. What is the port number HTTPS? 443. Clear? Chiti, again I'm asking today, did you revise? Did you revise? No. Online people. So am I on my words? That I said no need revision, I'll be injecting in your brains? Am I on my words? Yes or no? Right? Excellent. So I'm very happy that you guys are constantly listening it. Please keep it up like this only. So I'll kick this AWS in your brains. Promise. Okay. Okay. So today, what we're going to do is, yesterday we were discussing about the protocols. You know, protocols will play a very crucial role in our IT industry, especially in our projects. Without the concept of protocols, you cannot be an engineer, especially an AWS engineer. Correct? So what we need to do is, so many people have this myth in their mind and wrong assumptions in their mind that protocol meaning only HTTP. Or some people even that doesn't know what is that HTTP. Everyone know what is the full form of HTTP. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Everyone knows this. But if I ask you, if I ask you, what does this HTTP actually do? Tell me. Ille. Telvad sir. Right? This is where the people are lagging on the fundamentals. See, if you don't know what exactly the HTTP is doing, how would you manage entire AWS infrastructure in future? Correct? So for that reason, what we're going to do is, let us talk about, one of the topic today is, let's talk about protocols. Right? Are you ready? Online, ready? Okay. So before I enter into this, yesterday we discussed now DNS topic. So from browser, the request will go to where? Patafat? Local DNS. From local DNS, the request will go to RNS. From RNS to TLD. TLD to name server. Name server. Name server to SOA. And again, it will come to the browser. And from browser, it goes to firewall. Firewall to load balancer. Load balancer to web server. Web server to app server. App server to DB server. So this is what we have learned yesterday. So let us talk about this first protocol, which is called HTTP. Guys, I just wanted to say one thing. Whatever that we are discussing, since on first day we had discussed about client server, and second day we discussed about the DNS. That's all we have discussed. I just wanted to ask experienced people online, don't you think these are all very important to move forward? Yes or no? Can you please back me up, experienced people, so that other people in this course, in this batch, will understand how much depth we are going? Do you see that? So thank you online. Thank you experienced people. Yeah. So these are very, very important. Okay. Don't take it light, but let's have fun and then learn all these things. Okay. So once I teach, once it is injected, it will be there forever in your brains. Okay. So let's talk about these topics were missed from any other training. Correct, Sarada. Correct, ma. Okay. So what is the full form of HTTP? Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So whenever you open the browser, how do you type the URL? Tell me. Whenever you open the browser, how do you type the URL? http:// This is how you put it. Right? http:// google.com. So, Nana, here HTTP meaning it's a protocol. What do we say HTTP here? It is protocol :/ google.com is the domain name. Yes or no? Do you all agree this syntax? Yes or no? So protocol : / and then domain name. But do you know that at the end, we also have something called port number? Right? But many of the people doesn't know that end of the URL, definitely we need to provide the port number. So in the syntax, we have something called the port number there. But what is this port number? Let's see. So Nana, what is the default port number for what is the default port number for HTTP? 80. So yesterday someone said 8080 in online also. Many people said 8080. But what is the difference? Is it 8080 or 80 or something else? Many people have this confusion. Let us remove that. Remember, Chitti, the default port number for HTTP is always 80. Always 80. The default port number of HTTP is always 80. Let me write that first of all. HTTP default port number is 80. HTTP default port number is always 80. Okay, now tell me, how are you typing the URL in the browser? So I open the URL. See here. I open the browser here. Now tell me, http:// This is how you type, correct? And I said at the end there will be a port number. And if I put 80, will this work or not? Will this work or not? Online. Excuse me. Will this work or not? Offline. Yes, sir. No. See, if you don't know this, how can you move forward? Huh? So don't worry, I'm there for you. So http:// google.com, till here we know. But at end of the URL, we definitely need to have the port number as per the syntax. But you are putting here :80. Will this work or not? Let's see. Boom. Did it work or not? It worked. Do you see Google came up? Right? Because for HTTP, default port number is 80. Whether you put or don't put, it is same. Whether you put or you don't put, it is same. You're getting it? So the default port number of HTTP is all the time 80. Now tell me, if some website is there like Facebook, and Facebook told you to access the Facebook page like Facebook http://facebook:12152627. Are you interested to access like this? Tell me online. Anyone is interested to put the port number at the end of the URL? No. We don't even put HTTP also. We just go to browser and type google.com. That's it. Or some people just put Google, automatically come. Because we become very lazy. We became very lazy. Correct? So for that reason, in the browser, at the end of the URL, definitely port number should be there. Definitely port number share. And that should be always default port number. What is that? Default port. What's the default port number of HTTP? 80. Whether you put 80 or don't put 80, it is same. Okay, now your Google will work on HTTP or HTTPS. HTTPS meaning correct? It is secure, right? Okay, now what is the port number of HTTPS? 443. So now I close this and I'm putting like this. HTTPS google.com:443. Now tell me, will this work or not? Will this work or not? Fantastic. Your answer is correct. So if I enter this, I get the Google page. Because what is the default port number of HTTPS? 443. For that reason, whether you put or if you don't put, it is same. You're getting it? Just in case, now if I put this URL like this, HTTPS google.com:143. If you say I love you also to Google, will it work? Will it work? Yes or no? Yes or no? It will not work because 143 is any port number. Now, if I put enter, the site can't be reached. You're getting it? The logics. So remember, for us, you are the customer. Are you interested to put any port number at the end of the URL? No. As you don't like it, similarly, your customers also will not like this. Assume you are working in the company and you are responsible for one website, let's say called boom.com. Boom, boom. No, only boom. Boom.com. Right? So if your customer is accessing, now you are giving the URL to customer like https://boom.com:67089. Will this work? Is your customer is interested to access this? Customer will say that, hey Babu, just give me google.com, boom.com. That is enough. Don't put any numbers. I don't remember. I don't care. So for customer, it should be always the default port number. If it is HTTP, what is the port number? 80. If it is HTTPS, what is the port number? 443. Fantastic. So your browser will work either with HTTP or HTTPS. That's all. These two protocols you need to remember lifelong. So what is the default port number of HTTP? 80. What is the default port number for HTTPS? 443. For customer, it should be default port number or customized port number? For customer, it should be always default port number or customized port number. Default. Customized meaning 234 like this, 143 like this. Is it good to put customized for number there? No. For customer, it should be always a default port numbers. So here I'm putting it. For customer, it should be always 80 or 443. We'll go one by one slowly. Huh? I'll talk about that now. Nitin, see now. And some people are asking how the port number is decided. So you know very well what is the default port number. So many organizations are already decided that the HTTP port default port number is 80. HTTPS default port number is 443. Now the question here is, sir, HTTP port number should be always 80, na? HTTP port number cannot be something else, is the question. But we are clear that from customer point of view, it should be always default port number. From customer point of view, it should be always default port number. But the question here is, sir, HTTP port number can be customized or not? I'll give an example, real-time example. See. So what you did is, you set up one server, Nana. Chitty. So you put a server here. This is the server. Let's say, can you tell me one IP address? 192.168.20.30. Example IP. So here you have installed some application. Here you have installed some application. Okay. Have you heard about Tomcat? Have you heard about Tomcat? Tomcat is also one of the application server. This Tomcat, see, in layman language, I'm saying, assume Tomcat is like a vessel. Is a vessel. And inside it, you can put multiple applications. Tomcat is like a holder. Tomcat is like a holder. Inside that, you put the application. So in Tomcat, assume that you have put one application and your application is running on port 8080. Your application is running on your port. See, application can run on any port number. In your server, your application can be run in any of the port number. Remember this. Now your application working on which port number? 8080. So I'm giving options. Which one is correct? You tell me. http://192.168.20.30:80. This is option 1. Option 2, 8080. And option 3 is this. Tell me which one is correct. A na, B na, C na. I want to access the application now. I want to access the application which is inside the server. Tell me which one is correct to access. A, B, or C. B is the right answer. B is the right answer. Excellent, guys. Online and offline, everyone. So B is the right answer because on which port number your application is working? 8080. So in order to access your application which is in your server, it should be 8080 because your application working on 80. Another question I want to ask here, Chiti, is there any difference between option A and C? Or both are same or both are different? Both are same or different? Both are same or shame? Shame. Yes, both are same. Whether you put 80 or you don't put 80, it is same. It's a default port number. But for this answer is option B. But for you, as it is your server, your application, your baby, you are able to access http://IP address:8080 because your application is running on port 8080. But would you give this link to the customer? Would you give this link to the customer? Yes or no? No. Let's assume you are giving this URL to customer. Hey, customer, access HTTP. My website has http://192.168.20.30:8080. And customer, what he'll do, you know? He'll feel very bad. Right? For 1 second, he will not talk. His feeling is like, you know, correct? His feeling would be that. But is it, see, if you are a customer, are you interested to access the website with this URL? No. So for us internally, any port number is fine. But for customer, it should be always default port number. For customer, it should be always default port number. So what we need to do is here that we need to, on server side, 8080 is fine. But for customer, it should be always either 80 or 443. You got this point. So I'm giving you one small scenario here for you. See, see here. When I draw the diagram like this, what is this? Load balancer. Say that, what is that? When I draw the diagram like this is the load balancer. And when I draw like this is the server. This is the server. Okay, so this is the server, Nana. And this is also another server. And here you have put a application. Application. And your application is running on port 8080. Here also port 8080. Your customer is here. Your customer is here. And what is the load balancer will do? Load balancer will distribute the traffic to These two servers. Yes or no? Yes, this is load balancer. Now tell me, can you give the DNS name to the customer, to the load balancer? Yes. Let's say, for example, whose name? Okay, the name is, let me hear, Ruhan. Okay, so HTTP, so we can say that here, ruhan.com. Now tell me, and customer is trying to ruhan.com. The URL is like this, http://ruhan.com. Application working on what port number? Is it good to give like this? Guys, these are all real time. Is it good to give like this online? Definitely no. He feel very bad. Customer doesn't like this at all. What he need is like this. Yes or no? But your application is, so in the URL, the port number is, what is the port number here? 80. But your application is working on 8080. Will this work? It will not work. So what you need to do is, in the real time, in future, what we do is, guys, it will come with the port 80 only, but load balancer will convert that to 8080. You understand? This is how we do it in real time. For customers, so now you tell me, application can run on any kind of port number also? Yes. But for customer, it should be always 80 or 443. Bhai, you put whatever you want to put in server, no problem. That is your server. But for customer, it should be 80 or 443. Remember this for lifetime. This is a fundamental strong rule. For customer, it should be always 80 or 443. And remember, in that 80 and 443 also, which one is preferable? 443 is preferable. So in real time, we should always use 443. You got this point? You got this point, Anna? Online. So there is question, how load balancer will convert 80 to 80? That we'll do, no? Dajam. You have so many things. But this just a basic, no, we just started. So we'll be doing all these things in coming days. Right? So I'm just triggering the topic now. Understood? Okay. Now is this clear, Nana? Is this clear till here, everyone? CC, please, online. Okay. So you want me to repeat a little bit? See here. Nana, Chitty, those who are new, I mean, those who do, so those who said to repeat, see here. You have the application, you have the server, and you install application inside it. Your application is running on which port number? 8080. Say that those who are asked to repeat, please put it in the chat. 8080. Your application is working on 8080. So once you create a load balancer, you can give the nice name to the load balancer or not. So I have given ruhan.com. So generally, your application is working on 8080, no? So here at the end, you need to put 8080 or not? You need to put 8080. Then only your application work. But is it good to give this kind of URL to customer? No. No one is interested. For that reason, what you do is, for customer, it should be always 80, but he will access through 80, but our load balancer will convert this 80 to 8080. How? We see that in the lab. 80 to 8080, it will convert. Okay, Nana? Those who are asked to repeat, is that clear? Chitty, is this clear? Good, Geeta. Nice. Okay, ma. Nice. So now, sir, we know what is HTTP. It is called Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Good, sir. And now we know the default port number should be 80. And we know that we can we customize the port number on the application level? Okay, let me write that also here. You can customize. You can customize the port number at application level. You can customize at application level, but for customer, it should be always 80 or 443. Okay. Now we know what is HTTP, Nana. But what actually HTTP does, I'll tell you. So these are things that you use it regularly, but you don't know. Huh? See, this is client, Nana, and this is server. So this is client, or this is client, and this is server. So what you did is, in this client, you open google.com. What you open? What you open, Nana? Google.com. When you open google.com, tell me, you open in the browser, you type http:// google.com. What is that? Say that. http:// google.com. When you hit that, the request will go to the Google server. Yes or no? And the server will respond to the client. Yes or no? Yes or no? But who is the guy who will be taking your data to the server and server to here? And that guy name is HTTP. Who is it, Nana? HTTP. So whenever you type anything, whenever you type in the browser, http:// see here, see the diagram. So see the diagram here, GT. See, here, the client, whenever you type google.com, this HTTP will go all the way in the network. It will go to the Google server. And it'll say, hey, Google server, hi, hello. And Google server will say, hi, Mr. HTTP, how can I help you? Yes, I need Google your page. Oh, no problem, take it. So HTTP will get loaded. HTTP will get loaded. And that HTTP will slowly return back to the client. And whatever that you are asking, HTTP will go and collect it and get it. Collect it, get it. Collect it, get it. So this is the actual job of HTTP. So HTTP transfers the data to and fro from client to server, server to the client. Client meaning here browser. And they both should be inside the network or not? Yes. So that is the actual job of HTTP. Sonu Reddy, you understood, Nana? Sonu. So what I'm saying is, HTTP is a protocol which collect all the information from you, from the browser, and it will go all the way in the network to the Google server, and it will ask Google server, hey Babu, give me the Google page, and it will get loaded in HTTP, and then it will come back to your browser. So HTTP is the guy who will be transferring the data to and fro from your browser to server, server to browser. If someone asks you what is HTTP, you can proudly say this. So HTTP transfers the data to and fro from the browser to server. Yes, internet Shiv. I'll tell you one interesting thing here. I'll tell you one interesting thing. See, you have accessed google.com many times, no? Let's say, for example, you are typing like this, http:// google.com/ hello. Hello page is there? Is there or not? No, right? Hello page is not there. Okay, see. Now, just in case, what you did was, you type google.com/hello. Who is the guy who will be taking the data to the server? HTTP. So HTTP will collect your URL, that google.com/hello, and it will go all the way to the Google server. And it will ask, hi Google server, hey, what happened? Why did you came again? And he said, customer is asking, hello page. Oh, hello page? Hold on, let me check. So Google server will check hello page in his server. Is there any hello page? Is there any hello page? And Google server will say, I'm sorry, I don't have that page. I don't have that page. Page, founda, not founda. Page, not found. Have you seen this error? Have you seen this error many times in your browser? Sometimes you are going that website, this website, all of a sudden you will get page not found. Huh? Yes or no? You're going to websites, that newspaper, this newspaper, you're clicking that and this, all of a sudden you get page not found. Because whatever the page that you are requesting, the server will check it and will send a response to you that page not found. Now you understood why you get page not found error? So these errors, we call it as status code. What is it, Nana? What is that? Status code. Can you tell me what is the status code for page not found? Have you seen this? 404 error. So 404 meaning as an architect, as an engineer, guys, as an engineer, whenever you see 404 error in your server or anywhere, so you have to automatically think 404 meaning page not found. That meaning customer is accessing some page which is not in my server. This is how you need to think. This is how you need to think. Understood? So 404 meaning page not found. So not only 404, there are so many errors. Have you seen this error? 500 error? Call it as internal server error. Huh? Have you seen this 503? Service unavailable. Sometimes banks, sometimes our IRCTC. When you're booking Tatkal tickets, all of a sudden you get service unavailable. Correct? So that meaning till now, 504 bad gateway. So till now, what you're doing, whenever you see whatever you are expecting, it is not coming on the browser and you think that it is not working. But now you are not a normal person. You are AWS engineers, my future architects. That too, whose students are you? My students especially should be always genius like you. Right? Do you agree online? Online feeling. But that's fact. Okay. Okay. Nice. So you will become soon. Don't worry. So there are so many, and you will get also sometimes you'll see this error 401. What is that? 401, which is called unauthorized. Which is called unauthorized. That means if you put any wrong username and password, you will get these errors. So these are all so many errors that you get. That is called status code. What is that? Nana, if page not found, what is the status code? 404. But if page found, 200. What is that? What is the status code for a page found? So if your page is working, the status code will be 200. That is called the success status code. So if it is working as expected, that meaning it is a success status code. So this is a certification question and interview question also. So what is the success status code of HTTP? 200. Clear, Nana? Chitti, is this clear till here, everyone? Is it clear till here, everyone? Okay, fantastic. So that was on HTTP. See, HTTP plays how much crucial role, correct? So many people, what they do is, HTTP is a protocol. That's it. But what we'll do is we'll go deeper and we'll kill it, everything. So that there is nothing left to talk about HTTP here. Now let's talk about HTTPS. And you know very well, what's the port number? What is the port number? 443. What's the port number, Nana? 443. I'll give a best example. See here. I need one name here. Shiv. I'll take Shiv. Oh, you're the online one. Okay. Shiv. I'll take Shiv. So what Shiv did was he opened a website. He opened a website and he's trying to purchase something. He's putting his credit card details, that expiry number, CVV numbers and everything he's putting in that. He's purchasing something. And then he hit enter, submitted. Then all the data that he is submitting is going through network or not? In the form of packets. In the form of what? Packets, data packets. So assume this is a data packet. So this is the data packet. What does the data packet contain? Information, no? What does the data packet contain? Information like source, destination, what protocol it is using, and what port number using. The data, is it secure or not? So protocol it is using is HTTP. So what is the protocol it is using? The Shiv is using here? What's the protocol he's using? HTTP. Shiv is using HTTP. You tell me HTTP is secure, not secure? Not secure. So what he did was he opened the website, which is on HTTP running, and he put all his personal details and he clicked on submit. And this data packet that I'm talking about has the information of the credit card details, all credentials it has. Now, the data packet is traveling in the network. It is happily going because it is a long journey, correct? From your browser to server, it is a long journey. So it is going in the network. Aram say, like fun, it is moving. When it is going on his way, all of a sudden, one big monster stopped. One guy stopped. Who is that? Before firewall, these guys stopped. Hacker stopped. Hacker stopped and said, hey, data packet, hold on. Data packet is very innocent. Very innocent. And the hacker will say, hey, data packet, open. Data packet, what he'll do? Get opened. When data packet got opened, what is there inside? Shiv, credentials, credit card details, CVV number, expiry number, everything will be there. The entire data will be there. And what the hacker will do? Festival. He'll do festival. Correct? So hacker will hack the data and then she will get the SMS. Ting, 10,000 got withdrawn. Right? And then got purchased. So what is the protocol that he's using? HTTP. Secure? Not secure, because all the data that it is here is using a plain text or clear text. The data that is traveling in the network will be plain text or clear text. That meaning anyone can understand that. Is it safe? As the Shiv got here 10,000 rupees withdrawn or then it got purchased, he got angry. Someone hacked my details. Whose mistake? It is HTTP, no? Is it good that Shiv would need to go with HTTP and purchase it? No. So what he need to do is now, what is the protocol that we need to use now? HTTP, yes. Now, HTTPS meaning we have something called certificates. What's that? HTTPS certificates. What's that? Certificates. So generally we purchase the certificates where? Do you remember anyone? Do you know where do we purchase these HTTP certificates? So you can purchase it from CA or you can purchase from GoDaddy, Kammammi. No, only GoDaddy. No Kammammi. Only GoDaddy, right? So what they do is you need to go and purchase the certificates. Certificates. And that certificates, people also call it as SSL certificates, TLS certificates, HTTPS certificates. So guys, all this, once you configure certificate to your website, all your data will be in which format? Encrypted format. Which format? Everyone put it in the chat. Which format, Chitty? Encrypted format. HTTPS meaning, HTTPS is equal to encrypted. HTTPS meaning encrypted. Now assume, now Shiv understood, now he is accessing HTTPS website and he purchased. Same process. Data packet got all the Shiv details and now data packet is traveling. It is going in the network. And all of a sudden again, who stopped? Hacker stopped. Once hacker stopped, and hacker will say, hey, packet, open it. And packet will say, Chusko bhai, dekh lo. Right? See it. When the packet got opened, packet rocks, hacker shocks. Right? So all the data inside the packet is encrypted. So he cannot decrypt it and he cannot see it in the normal format. Right? So can he do anything there? Nothing. So the packet will get closed again. It will go back to the server. So now you tell me which one is recommended in your real time, HTTP or HTTPS? HTTPS. Now you understood the difference between HTTP and HTTPS. Till now you know only secure, secure, secure. But do you understand the logic behind it now? Right? So remember, not only now, in your personal life also, if you are purchasing anything, the first thing that you need to check it is whether that website is HTTPS or not. If it is HTTPS, then only you do all kind of transaction. How much big ever company, big website it is, if it is HTTP, don't do it. Not secure. And how do you find out your website is secure or not? See, let's say for example, this, okay, let's take Google also, Google. I opened Google, and do you see this here? Connection is secure. Connection is secure. So otherwise here you'd say not secure will come if it is HTTP. So this is connection is secure and the certificate is valid. So this is how it should be in your real time. Now, as your application will be accessed by your customer, so your customer will expect HTTPS in your website or not. And who will be configuring all these things? You only in future. As AWS engineers, you only need to configure all these things. For that reason, I am talking about this topic. Is it clear, Nana? HTTP, HTTPS differences and all? Online cities, is it clear? Super. Okay. So there is another myth. There is another myth that experienced people know this. Have you heard about like this? Load balancer, Prasad. HTTP over TCP IP. Have you heard about this? Yes, Sarada will be doing that. So have you heard about this at least? Okay. If you're not heard, it's okay, fine. But experienced people might have heard. HTTP over TCP IP. Do we know what is HTTP here? Yes. Do you know what is IP here? Yes, we know. But what do we know in what we need to learn here? TCP. What is TCP? Huh? Transmission Control Protocol. Transmission Control Protocol. Okay, see, I'll tell you in the easiest way because these are all important, guys. So, Nana, let's say there is one server and there is another server. That can be server also, that can be client also. Instead of calling server or client, can I call it as host? Remember, host meaning that can be either a client or it can be a server. So in future, because slowly you're entering into the topics now, so now we call it as host machine. Host meaning server. So now we have two hosts, Nana. Server 1, server 2. This is called server 1. This is called server 2. Server 1, server 2. See here. Now, if these two want to talk to each other, if server 1 wants to talk to server 2, directly cannot talk. First, let's say, for example, I want to talk this to Shiv. Who is Shiv? Harish. I want to talk to Harish. First, what will I do? We need to get established. The connection should be established. No, first of all. Or can I go and directly put my hand on his shoulder? No. I can put, yeah. But I'm saying for strangers, no, right? I cannot put directly the hands on his shoulder. First, when the connection has to be established, no. And who is the guy here? Server 1 and server 2, they both are two different strangers. If these two wants to talk to each other, the connection has to be established. And who is the guy who will be establishing the connection? TCP. Who is that? TCP is the guy who will be establishing the connection between these two hosts. So TCP establishes the connection between the two hosts. Anyways, this is a host machine has its IP address or not? Every machine have its own IP address. Nana, see here. So TCP has established the connection between the two hosts. Once the connection is established, then these fellows, all your HTTP, HTTPS, see here, see the diagram, will be traveling on the TCP. Will be traveling on the TCP. Not only HTTP, HTTPS, SSH, whatever the protocols that you have, everything will be traveling on the TCP. For that is why I call it as HTTP over TCP. Because HTTP will be traveling on the TCP. You're getting it? So TCP establish the connection between the two hosts. So can I say it is like a messenger? It's like a bridge. No. Can I say TC is like a bridge? TCP is like a bridge. You understand what is TCP? Okay, let me give another example. See here. Now we are here in KPHP, right? And then we need to go to Amirpet. Huh? Now tell me, if you want to go from KPHP, it can be more also, no problem. Avdut. So if you want to travel from KPHP to Amirpet, can you tell me how do I travel? Using metro now? Huh? You can take metro, bus, anything. Assume you have a metro. How the metro will travel? On track. On track. City, track is like TCP. Track is like TCP. This TCP is like a track. And HTTP is train. HTTP is train. What do we have inside the train? Passengers, no? What do we have inside the passengers? What inside the train? Passengers. In HTTP, what do we have? Data. In HTTP, what do you have? Data. So HTTP is the guy, is a big guy who will be traveling on TCP. So TCP is like a track, HTTP is like a train, and whatever inside the passengers are like a data inside. Is it clear? Everyone understood? And there is a brother of TCP. There is a brother of TCP. His name is UDP. We don't talk about UDP, but there is a brother for him. So when time comes, we'll talk. So the full form of UDP is User Datagram Protocol, but no need. Okay? User Datagram Protocol. So who is the brother of TCP? Prasad, not UDP. It's UDP. Okay? Not UDP. That was nice. Okay. User Datagram Protocol. Chitty, is this clear till here? Before I go to a small topic here, which is, don't leave the class. It will be very fun here. Very nice topic, which is very important topic. So is it clear till here, everyone? Okay. In order to host Amirpet, if you take Amirpet is like, it has an IP address. It is a station. Amirpet has the IP address, host name. And who is the guy who will be connecting that? TCP, no? Track, no? The destination is the IP address and host name it has. Okay? Okay. So, have you heard about this? Huh? Have you heard about this? OSI layers in your college days? Okay. See, I bet in your college days, this was a pakka final exam question. Pakka final exam question. And pakka it came also. What you did, you by-hearted and you vomited on the paper. Yes or no? Yes or no? Tell me honestly. Do you know about the concept at all? You know the concept, but do you know the logic on it? No. But should I clear that myth for you? Huh? See here. Very important. Because this is... So I have two hosts. How many are there? Listen this carefully. Two hosts. I call it as host 1, host 2. Okay. Instead of calling host 1 and host 2, what I do is, this is boy, this is a... okay, I'll put girl. Listen this carefully. Okay, now assume that one boy and girl is there in the bus stop. Where? In the bus stop. Very common scenario. And boy and girl is there in the bus stop. And what? Obviously, boy wants to communicate with the girl. They are strangers. Tell me, first, how does the boy will communicate to the girl? How? Hi, huh? She will say hi. Okay, hi is one thing. Next. Direct. Ah, eyebrows, ding, 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 ding. With eyes. Konte chup. What is your good name? Bus number. Excuse me. Shankaro, what is that, Shankaro? Directly. Okay. Okay. All experience are coming out now. Okay. How can you help you? Okay. Nice. You guys are so much. Chinna chinna pin charger unna. What is it, man? Okay, that was fun. Okay, Samir. Okay, anyways, so assume that boy has to communicate to the girl. So, Nana, in order to communicate with each other, first of all, they physically they need to present, no? Physically, they need to present. See here. Physically, they need to be present. Okay. Physically, they are there. In order to communicate, first of all, boy need to have something, no? Hands, eyes, speak, tongue, something should be there. The data has to be passed, no? If he need to say hi, he need to speak. If he need to say hi with the hand wave, he need to wave. Or he need to put like this. I should be there. Correct? So there's some data link should be there, no? Where it should pass. Here also in the server, Nana, if you take a laptop, you take a server, how the data is passing? Through the Ethernet, no? Ethernet card is there, no? Ethernet card is there. So here, the server has the Ethernet card here. So the data is passing through the data link. What is that, Nana, here? We call it as data link. So guys, you have a announcement. Don't leave the class until I say. I'll finish off soon. And then, okay, Nana. So data link is there. So physically, boy and girl is there. Data link is there. Boy is ready. His hands are ready. Eyes are ready. So they both inside. The boy and girl should be in the same bus stop or different bus stop? Same bus stop. So these two host machines should be in the same network or different network. So they both should be inside the network. Okay. They both should be inside the network. See here. So next we have here network. Nice. So guys, now boy and girl physically are there. Boy data link ready is there. Hands are there. Eyes are there. And they both are in the same bus stop. Now communication should happen. Now you tell me in the real time, in your personal life also, you boy and girl is there. Directly boy will girl or boy will use his friend to talk? Friend, no? Friend will be there. Arey, macha, go and talk about me there. Go and talk. Yes or no? So here, your friend is there in order to establish the connection. But here in the servers, who is the guy who will establish the connection? Who is the guy who will establish the connection between two hosts? TCP. Which one? TCP. Fantastic. So next, the TCP will establish the connection between the two hosts. So that is called transport. Okay. Now your friend has established the connection. Guys, your friend has established the connection between boy and girl. I mean, friend has established the connection between boy and girl. Once the connection is established, do you need that friend? Strongly no. So generally do we use that friend? No. So generally what, Arey mama, your work is done enough. You go. I'll establish the private session with the girl. Obviously, friend will not be there. And remember, send a good friend, like TCP friend. Don't send like UDP friend. If you send UDP, what will happen? Not you. UDP will take that girl. Okay. So you have to be very careful. Okay. So now we have the after trans, then a session will be established between the boy and girl. And after that, what happened? Once the private session is established between boy and girl, what will happen? Right? Aram se he will give a lot of presentations. Huh? And then on top of it, they can go their home, they can go to movies, they can do that, this, everything. So now, Nana, in order to, guys, in order to, one server wants to talk to another server or one host want to talk to another host, all these things are mandatory to have. And these are called OSI layers, open system integration. And that to how many layers are there? 7 layers. Now you understood? How did you learn in your college days and how did you learn here now? Clear? What are these layers here now? Physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and finally application layer. So as a part of certification, guys, here, quickly, see here, your IP address will come here. Your IP address will come here. Your TCP will come here in this layer, right? And your HTTP, HTTPS, all the things will come here. So one last question for you guys, one certification question. IP address will come on which OSA layer? IP address work on which OSA layer? Network layer. What do you say? Network. TCP works on which layer? Transport layer. And your HTTP, HTTPS work on which layer? That is how you need to remember here in this. Okay? Is it clear? I'll stop it here. Class is over, right? The time just went like this, correct? Don't leave the class until I say online. So tomorrow, whatever the things that we have learned till now, that fundamental basics are good enough now for the moment. And tomorrow, we are entering into the cloud. Right? So tomorrow, many people have this question. Guys, I will not be directly talking about what is cloud. Many people have this question. Sir, what is cloud? Where is cloud? Who named the cloud? What was there before the cloud? Who is AWS? What is AWS? Why we need to learn AWS? What AWS will do for us? What AWS will help for us? These kind of questions many people have. What we do is, tomorrow will be a super wonderful session. Please don't miss the class because tomorrow is a very important class because we are introducing the cloud. And that too, I will not introduce in a normal format. Right? Right? Super. Excellent. Don't miss the class, guys. Okay, any questions online? Previous page. You want to take the screenshot? Take it. So did you understood OSI full form, open system integration, Ramraj? Previous lectures, Sir Srikanth sir, if you're able to listen my voice, can you please put the URLs again, recording links? So guys, Mr. Srikanth will be your admin. Mr. Srikanth sir will be your admin, online people. Do you see that? Sir, can you please put your number also there, if you don't mind? So guys, do you see that? Those are the recording links. And if you have any questions related to non-IT related things and non-technical related things, please check with Mr. Srikanth. Okay. Shankar, cloud practitioner is a very small thing. We will be focusing on solution architect, even the big one. How does the browser knows about certificate placed on LV? How does it? We'll talk on all these things. Guys, do you see that Srikanth, Mr. Srikanth sir has put the number? Please take that number. So, wow. So that is his number. Yeah, it is +91 Indian number. Yuvraj, Yuvraj, those who are asking about the certification, please go through my first link, first recording. There, at the end of the class, I have told about the certifications. So basically, there are how many levels are there? 3 levels are there. Number 1, foundational level, associate level, professional level. In foundational, we have cloud practitioner. So we not target for that cloud practitioner. It is jujube. It is very, if you are cloud practitioner and if you go to interview and if you proudly say, hey, I am cloud practitioner, and interviewer will say, Babu, go and play that side. Pakkaki ladko. Right? So, but what we need to do is we need to focus on the next thing, where in associate level, we have something called AWS solution architect. You have solution architect, SysOp, and developer. And what we'll be concentrating here is solution architect. If you concentrate on solution architect, developer and SysOp will also be easy. As I said, 70% of developer topic and then SysOp topic will also covered here. So all the IT companies, 99%, they will ask solution architect certification. So we, in this course, end of the course, you will be ready with this knowledge where you can easily complete your certification as well. And also in this course, I'll be giving interview questions, certification questions, lot of labs, lot of practicals, troubleshooting, logics, and everything. It's a complete package. Okay. Okay, so next. Sir, this is my first class. You are amazing. Thank you, Avdut. Yeah. Super. Guys, do not miss the class tomorrow. That will be super interesting class. And please don't miss it. I know, but I know everyone are eager to learn more topics. Let's go slowly one by one. Okay, tomorrow we'll take a next wonderful topic, guys. So until then, can you please give me final CC for today, please? CC with smile online. Duration of the class is 1.5 hours or 1 hour 15 minutes from 9 to 10:15 or 10:30, based 10:15 based on the topic. Because I know after 10 o'clock, many people need to go to offices and then colleges and maybe. So what I'll do, I'll maybe we'll soon sharply start at 9 a.m. in the morning, and then I'll finish it up by 10:15 max. Okay. Yashashwini, Indian time zone. I'm in India, Hyderabad. CC with smile, please, online.